Hello students, let's start our physics of class 12th. The first chapter is electrostatic, and one thing I want to tell you that don't worry about your physics subject, and I will make your this subject too much easy for you so that the average student should get maximum mark in their examination. So let's start the first chapter, that is electrostatic. Okay, now within your mind the question arises, sir, what do you mean by the electrostatic is? So to know it, first of all, we must have to know the meaning of static. Okay, because here it is the word static too. So static means anything that doesn't move or change with time. What it means? It means suppose if you have any charge. And what do you mean by the charge? I will just deal you later on. Suppose you have any charge, that is Q, and it is fixed in its own position, not changing with the time. It means if you fix it here, it should stay here even though time is going on. This is the main static here. Is this clear, student? Okay. Next, we have to just deal with the letter or the word, that is electrostatic. Now, what do you mean by the electrostatic is? Here the question arises within your mind. I know it very well. So electrostatic means it deals with the study of forces, study of fields, study of potential. Sir, what do you mean by it? I'm not understanding. Yes, I know it. Here the study of forces means you have to just consider, suppose I am considering any charge plus Q, means it's a positive charge, and this positive charge is in its fixed position, and if it is a positive charge, then definitely it should have the effect of positivity. So it should have the effect of positive, means it is making around us a positive field. So we have to study about this field. Second thing, suppose if you are bringing any charge, suppose any another charge Q1, positive charge, within the area of this plus Q, the previous charge. So what will happen? As you know it very well, that the like charges repel each other, unlike charges attract each other. Now here it is the two charges which are like in nature. Then what will happen? Definitely this charge will experiences some force. This charge will experiences some force. So we have to study of it. Is this clear? What is the mean of this here, study of forces? And the same thing, the study of potential. What actually the potentials, I'll deal you in later on. Okay, let's go further on. Now, we have to just think about the electric charge. What do you mean by the electric charge is? So to understand about the electric charge, we have to just consider about the example. And what this example is? Students, you know it very well, even though you had studied it in your previous classes, that the moment if you are rubbing a glass rod in your something cloth, suppose a silk, then that glass rod becomes what? Electrified, and it starts to what? Attract the piece of paper. Are you understanding me or not? Suppose here it is the rod, glass rod, and you are rubbing it. You are what? Rubbing it. Where you are rubbing it? You are rubbing it here. You are rubbing it here. This is the cloth. So what it? This electrified, it should have some charges. Suppose it has a positive charge, and the moment if you are making this glass nearby the small bit of paper, then what it starts to do? It starts to attract it, and you already did it in your previous classes. The same thing I have to consider to make you clear about the electric charge. Let's go towards it. Okay, here the silk thread or the silk cloth, and which what I am doing, I am just rubbing. What I am rubbing? I am rubbing the glass rod. The moment I am rubbing the glass rod in a silk cloth, it electrified. it has some charges. The same thing, if I am rubbing right now the plastic rod, it also has some charges. But consider here the two things. One is glass rod, another is plastic rod. Now the glass rod and plastic rod both having its own identity. That's why both having a different charges. How will we become to know it? We'll become to know it the moment if we are making this glass rod and this plastic rod to come nearby each other, it starts to attract it. The time it starts to attract it, it means both having a different charges. Both having the different charges. Is this clear? And we know it very well that if it is attractive, definitely it has the different charges, because the unlike charges attract to each other. And if you are bringing the two glass rod having the same charges, let it be positive, it starts what? Repelling. If you are bringing the plastic rod having the same charge, that is the negative, it starts what? Repelling. So this all about the concept of electric charge. Because if any matter is attracting another body or repelling the same body of same nature of same charge, it means the body what we have or the object right now electrified. Is this clear, student? Okay. That's why glass or plastic rod are electrified. They acquire an electric charge on rubbing, unlike charges acquired by the object. Yes, see here, unlike charges and the positive number. Now what actually the happening? The moment, the time you are making this glass rod and the plastic rod, which are having the different charges, the moment you are making it to be closer, it starts to attract it, and later on it nullify. How is it possible? Think about your lower mathematics classes. Suppose you have positive number +2, you have negative number 2. What will be the result? 0. Here it is the equilibrium condition. That's why there is a word that positive number to a negative number of same magnitude, the sum is what? The sum is 0. Here the sum is what? See here, the sum is what? Here the sum is what? 0. Is this clear? Also, right now you can easily say about these two rods that these two rods are what? Electrified or the charged. Okay, I think that it's all clear for you what do you mean by electric charge. And if the two body or the object, let it be glass rod or the plastic rod, if you are not rubbing it, so what actually the position of it? It is in neutral in nature. It is in neutral in nature, means no charge it has. Okay. Now the second topic that we have to know is about gold leaf electroscope. So what this gold leaf electroscope is? To learn about it, first of all we have to know about the arrangement of it. It consists of metal rod housed in box with two thin gold leaves attached to its bottom. What it means? See here. This box is of what? Glass window. Having what? This is the glass rod. Here it is a glass rod. This is the glass rod. Okay. And this glass rod is attached with what? See here, attached with what? Gold leaves, and it has its own what? This is the metal knob, which is the same metal rod I'm just made here to make you much clear about it. Okay, here it is what? Metal knob, here it is the metal knob. Now is this clear to all of you or not, the arrangement? Second thing, when a charged object touches the metal knob at the top, then what will happen? If you are touching this metal knob, if you are touching this metal knob by any charged object, then what will happen? Since this charged object having what sign? Positive sign, means positive charge. The moment it is touching this metal knob, then this metal knob is also become positive in nature, and this metal knob is in connection with this rod. That's why this rod will also becoming positive in nature, that is having a positive charge. At last, what is happening? At last, this positive charge is transferring towards these gold leaves. When it touches the gold leaves, then the positive charge is also transferred to the gold leaves, and positive charge right now over the whole surface of gold leaves, means gold leaves become positively charged body. And this flip start to what? This flip is start to deflect or diverge. If previously it was like this, then it start to diverge themselves, and this degree of diversion is an indicator of amount of what? Amount of charge. It means right now the charge is transferring. So here you have to consider one conclusion, that charge will transfer from one body to another body. Okay, now some points we also must have to know about the matter. As you all know that all matter is made up of what? Atoms or molecules. Normally the materials are electrically neutral. What it means? And they do contains charges, but their charges are exactly balanced. Now understand it clearly. I'm making let it be rod here. This rod is of metal in nature, and this metallic rod definitely is made of what? Atoms and molecules. If I am not providing extra external charge to it, means right now the each and every atoms or molecules of this rod is electrically neutral. Why? Because of the forces that holds the molecules together, forces that holds the atoms together in a solid, which makes it electrically neutral, which not giving the permission to the molecules or the atoms to move from one place to another place. As well as one of the forces is also there, that is the adhesive force of glue, or the forces associated with the surface tension. Now all these rods are what? All these rods are basically electrically in nature, arising from the forces between the charged particles. Now to electrify a neutral body, what you have to do? Now to electrify a neutral body, the same manner you have to apply, that is previously this metal rod was what? electrically neutral. What you did, you bring at that time, you bring a rod of positive in nature near to it. Because of that, this rod also became the positive in nature. It means if you want to make the body which are in electrically neutral in nature to be a positive, what you have to do, you have to bring another charge body near to it. Then the body will become under the nature of electrified. One thing you also have to remember, that a body can thus be charged positively by losing some of its electron. It means if you have any body and that body is losing one electron, then it will become what? Positively charged. And on another hand, if the body will gain electron, then it will become what? Negative in nature, because the excess of electrons. But the point which you have to remember is that no new charge is created in the process but transferred. And how will it be transferred? It will transfer as an electron. The electrons which are not tightly bound within that matter, it will transfer and will provide either the positive charge or the negative charge. These all are the points you must have to remember. Now, the another topic is conductors and insulators. As you all know well about the conductor and insulators, I know it. But what you have to know with regard to this level is that the conductors have electric charges, that is the electrons, that are free to move inside the material. Yes, this is the reason why a metallic body will conduct an electric charge, will conduct an electric current. Why? It allows the electric current to pass through it. Why? Because of what? The free electrons. Is this clear? Secondly, on the another hand, the non-metals will not allow the electric current to pass through it. Why? Because it will offer high resistance. That's why this non-metal will called as what? Insulator. For example, you may say that insulator may be of that plastic comb or any non-metal body, and good conductors like metallic body or even the human being are also good conductor for the electricity. When some charge is transferred to a conductor, it really gets distributed over the entire surface of the conductor. This is the reason why the conductor conducts electric current, because the moment the charge is going on this body, suppose here it is the metallic any body, here it is the metallic any body, a cube, metallic cube, and you are transferring any charge, then what will happen? Then the whole body will have this charge, means the charge will distribute it over the whole surface, because of which it will allow the electric current to pass through it. But on the another hand, if you are transferring some charge to an insulator, suppose here it is an insulator, and you are transferring some charge over it, you are transferring some charge over it, then what will happen? Then this charge will accumulate only that particular space. It will not spread itself over the entire surface. This is the reason why an insulator not conducting an electric current. This is the concept what actually I want to deal with you, because we all know very well that conductor conducts an electric current, insulator not allows the electric current to pass it. But what actually the reason behind it, that you must have to know it for your higher education. Okay. Now the second thing, it's all about the grounding and earthing, because there always an question arises within the mind of the student. Sir, if the conductor or the iron body is good conductor of electricity, then there may be a chance of getting electric shock, for example, while using iron. Like this, suppose I am making an iron here. Here it is the iron. Okay, somewhat about here is the iron. And here it is the wire. And you are just ironing your cloth. Sir, if this metal body is good conductor of electricity, means there may be a chance to get the electric shock. To whom? To an human being. Yes, it's true. So how will we save us? Now the answer is grounding and earthing. This is the answer. Actually, what happens? All of the electrical appliances always have this chance of that the live wire, here it is the live wire, here it is the live wire in this body. There is a chance that this live wire is going to be in connections with the metallic body, and there may be a chance of getting electric shock. Now to remove this condition, what actually the companies are doing, the companies are attaching with it another wire, and that wire is called earthing, and that wire is having directly in connection with the ground. Directly in connection with the ground means, let it be here I am making again this earthing wire, and it has directly in connection with the ground. Actually what happening, this ground, or suppose I am just saying that it is the earth. This earth is a good conductor of electricity. The time there is a live wire is going to be in connection with the metallic body, then to avoid the electric shock, this wire, this ground wire will become active, and because of this ground wire or the earthing will makes all the charges to go towards the earth, so that there should not be any excess charges, to avoid what? Electric shock. That's why here it is, when any fault occurs or the live wire touches the metallic body, the charge flows to the earth without damaging the appliances and without causing an injury to the humans. This would have otherwise been unavoidable, since the human body is good conductor of electricity. Okay. And one more thing, student, don't worry about the notes, because I will provide you the notes or the PDF format through Telegram app, and the link will be in description box. So you have to only require to listen my lecture, see my lecture from starting to end, day by day, and I'll cover your whole syllabus. Okay. So we'll deal about the charging by induction in our next slide. Till that, have a nice day.